Hello! If you are a photographer and you are wanting to make more money with your mini sessions this spring or whatever season it is while you're watching this video, I am so excited to be sharing my exact mini session strategies with you guys today. It's currently January when I'm filming this, and I just launched my mini session dates for this spring. So I want to share with you guys all of my strategies and some new marketing strategies that I'm implementing this year because I want you guys to be super successful with your mini sessions as well. So we're going to be diving into marketing strategy, pricing strategy, and then what to do during your mini session so that you can really maximize your profit. So for me personally, I typically make $5,000 at each mini session date, which for me is 4 hours. That's what I aim for of back-to-back minis. So let's dive into it. I want you guys to be successful and really maximize your profits as well as serving your clients to the best of your ability. That's super important to, make sure both of those things are happening at the same time. So first, let's dive into your marketing strategy. So one new thing that I implemented this year was automated booking. So I used to, be that photographer that would, put up my flyer of these are the dates I have available and the locations and the times. And then people would either have to message me on social media or, inquire through my contact page on my website about which time slot they wanted. And it was a lot of back and forth, and it just gets really messy with someone didn't pay their invoice on immediately, so then someone else booked their time slot, and it's just confusing and cumbersome. It's a lot more work on me. It's a lot of back and forth, and then it's a lot of is this person booked or not? I sent them their contract and invoice. They haven't paid yet. I don't want to reserve that time slot for them if they're not actually going to pay. So in order to eliminate all of that, I implemented automated booking. The other upside of this is, one, it makes things a lot easier for my clients. So I really feel like it's a better experience for them, and it's a way for me to serve my clients better. But also, one kind of sales strategy that I learned, and it's pretty intuitive, but the easier you make it for someone to purchase something, the more likely they are to purchase something. So think of this in terms of less clicks, less emails that they have to go back and forth with you on. Basically, as simplified as you can make the process, the more likely you are to actually get their booking. So I used Upselling for my CRM, and they have a scheduler. So I just created a scheduler on there and embedded it onto my website. And I put my sales page for my mini session up on my website and then embedded the scheduler on there. So when I link to my sales page that has all of the details on my mini session date, they can just go ahead and choose their time slot. They can agree to my terms and conditions, put in all their information, and then pay right there, and they know they're not booked for that time slot. That time slot's not going to be reserved for them until they pay because it's all automatic. So it eliminates a lot of manual work on my end, makes things easier for the client, and it makes people more likely to actually book. Eliminates any confusion of am I booked or not? I haven't paid yet. Eliminates all that. So I think that is super awesome. I've also, you can, with Upselling, you can put in workflows that do things automatically for you. So it automatically sends them a confirmation email with my outfit guide, and it automatically sends them a reminder email. Literally, I don't have to do anything but plan all this out ahead of time and then show up. But the whole booking process, I literally don't have to do anything, and it's amazing. Highly recommend. So that's one thing I implemented. Another thing I recently implemented is email marketing. And I guess I used to be someone who thought email marketing is only for big companies, or if you're selling digital products, it's not really something that can be used in my industry. But that is not true at all. And email marketing, highly recommend jumping on this if you have not already. I personally use Flowdesk. So I'll link to all of these things that I'm talking about in the description below if you don't have them already, and you want to check them out. So I'll link to Upselling like I talked about, and I'll link to Flowdesk. So what I do in order to get people onto my email list is a few different things. I have a pop-up on my website that basically says something along the lines of, hey, if you want to be the first to know when I release mini sessions, enter your email here. So I actually am surprised at how many people fill that out because they want to get on my email list to be notified of mini sessions. And then the other thing I do is if someone inquires with me through my website, fills out my contact form, they automatically get added to my email list. And then the other thing that I just started doing, I haven't really seen that many other people doing this, so this is kind of a well-kept secret, highly recommend, is so what I used to do was someone would contact me through my website and I would send them my pricing guide. And I do have prices listed on my website, but it just goes more in detail in my pricing guide. So I actually just went ahead and linked to my pricing guide directly on my website, but in order for them to download that, they have to put in their email address, and then it sends them the email with the pricing guide automatically, and so that gets them onto my email list. So I think that that's actually been a really cool way to get people's information that I might not have otherwise. Again, it's super easy for them. They get the pricing guide automatically, and I don't have to do anything, and it gets them on my email list. So maybe that's a little secret that you haven't tried before. Highly recommend trying it. So when I release my mini session dates, I release them to my email list first. So they get first dibs at time slots and everything before I announce it on social media and before I put it anywhere else. So people are actually so excited about being on my email list, which is something I didn't expect. So I highly recommend trying to implement this strategy. And then the other places that I market for my mini sessions is Instagram Reels. Reels are a really great way to get seen if you are doing it properly. So you can't just say, here's some of my photos with a song and expect people to care. Think about like when you're watching Reels, what gets you interested? What hooks you? Think about shareable content. Think about what is your ideal client looking for on social media? What is something that's really going to interest them? And you have to put yourself in their shoes and think about what is going to be interesting to them. And it's not you talking about you and your work. So highly recommend implementing a reel strategy where your reels are high value, shareable content, things that are really going to get you seen on the Instagram algorithm. The other place that I post on Instagram is my Instagram stories, obviously. So I put links and information to all of my mini session dates. I have like a question box where someone can put in their email and I'll just send them all the information if they want it that way. So basically, again, just making it super easy for someone to click and book directly from Instagram. And also when we're talking about Instagram strategies, another thing that I started implementing recently that I highly recommend is Manychat. And I'm sure that you have seen people using this before. So when you see someone on Instagram saying something along the lines of like, comment XYZ and I will send you a link to whatever, that is Manychat. And this is actually, they're like a partner with Instagram, so you're not gonna get in trouble for using it. As soon as I started implementing this strategy, I grew my email list so fast. Like, again, it's the same strategy of making something as few clicks for someone as possible. So if you say something like, oh, link in bio, people don't care. They're not gonna take the extra few seconds to click on your profile, click on your link in bio and find what they're looking for. If all they have to do is comment something and they get a link to it, I know it sounds ridiculous because it's not saving them that much time, but psychologically, people are much more likely to actually do it. So I highly recommend trying Manychat. I feel like not enough people are doing this, so I will leave a link to that in the description as well. Okay, so that is my marketing strategy. Now let's dive into during your mini sessions. So I think one of the best ways to make money with mini sessions is upselling, right? Like you're only including a few photos and you're upselling the rest. So the best way to get people to purchase more photos is by having an amazing posing system. So usually I include 5 photos in my mini sessions, and we're going to talk about that when we dive into pricing strategy. But you want to provide an amazing gallery that is full of tons of variety, and you want it to be so good that they cannot possibly choose which 5 photos they want. And the way that you do this is by having an amazing posing system. So I typically deliver a gallery of at least 50 to 75 photos for a 15-minute mini session, which I know sounds ridiculous, but I go through my poses so quickly, and my poses a lot of times are very candid, so I can get a ton of variety in a very short amount of time, and almost everyone upgrades to the full gallery. So, of course, obviously you want to take those looking and smiling at the camera photos, the whole family photos, the ones that, you know, are, you have to get those. And then you want to take breakdowns of each member of the family, you know, mom with all the kids, dad with all the kids, each of the kids individually, all of those breakdowns. But you also want to take a lot of beautiful, fun, candid photos that really show the love that this family has for each other. You want to show just the genuine interactions that they have, and something that really shows off this family's unique personalities. So I do this a couple ways. One, you can download my family questionnaire in the description box below. So that is just a questionnaire that I send to all of my clients to get to know them. I want to get to know their personalities, the personalities of each of their kids, what makes their kids laugh, and just what kinds of things they like doing. Are they a more reserved family? Are they a more outgoing family? So that helps me tailor all of my prompts and poses to each specific family. And then the other thing I do is I just have a list of so many prompts and poses to create those genuine interactions. And I just have so many in my back pocket at all times that I can choose which ones are going to work well for each family. So I will also leave a link to my free posing guide in the description below if you need help with that. Okay, last thing we're going to dive into is pricing strategy. So like I mentioned, I think you should include no more than 5 photos in your mini sessions. So it should be something like 10 to 15 minutes with 5 photos included. And then you're going to upsell the rest. So for me personally, my additional images are $20 per photo or $200 for the full gallery. And like I said, almost everyone upgrades to the full gallery. Part of that is, like I said, the poses. There's so much variety they can't possibly choose. And then the other thing is the email that I send them when I deliver their gallery that kind of walks them through, like, here's your options, here's the prices, and really gets them excited about the full gallery, as well as all of the prints and products and albums and things like that that I offer. So I will again leave a link to that exact email template. You can steal it, use it when you deliver your mini session galleries. And then I also have another video on how to upsell, basically, when you deliver your galleries. So you can watch that video if that would be helpful as well. So that is my entire pricing strategy, my marketing strategy, my posing strategy, my entire strategy when it comes to mini sessions to help me make $5,000 per mini session date. I hope you guys steal this and make a ton of money with your mini sessions this year, as well as serving your clients super, super well. So if you have any questions about anything I mentioned, feel free to leave it in the description below, and I cannot wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.